Our tutors use Omega Learning Outpaced curriculum individually with each of their students. They use this curriculum as the state standard aligned objectives according to their learning style assessment results.
Okay, so my study style is the learning style. Can you talk about my study style?
It is. It's a wonderful tool for our parents and the tutors. It jumpstarts the students' programs. Our tutors learn how the students actually can receive the information at the tutoring session, and then it jumpstarts the tutoring session, and they use resources according to their learning style.
Okay, great. And what about our Outpace SAT and ACT prep books? How is this launch coming along with the Omega Learning Center?
It's coming along beautifully. We have our own proprietary Omega Learning Center Outpace SAT prep and ACT prep. Both of them start with a pre-test, a practice test, and then the tutors will customize each of the learning objectives based on the results of the practice test, and the students receive their own Outpace book.
And do they have practice test sessions and benchmarking throughout the process?
Yes, so each tutoring session is aligned according to their practice test results, and the tutors will give suggestions, recommendations based on what areas of the practice test they need most help with.
Okay, and is it an intuitive process?
It is an intuitive process, so the students will take the assessment, the practice test, and learn from each objective, and so then they would learn from the tutor's responses, and they would go back and take another practice test and hopefully receive a higher score.
Tara, you've been a franchisee for quite a long time. Tell me, you offer the services of Omega Private Academy, which is our private school services offered to more seasoned veteran franchise owners. Tell me how you feel Omega Private Academy and these private school services have benefited your community.
Well, I think we truly fill a niche that's not there. Many of our private schools in our area are looking at extremely advanced students, or the curriculum is very intense. And we don't really have private schools that are able to have that small group setting of the 8-to-1 and to accommodate and differentiate the learning for those students who need a little bit of support here or need to be challenged here. And that's the advantage we have. So we can change, we can move a student up a grade level, or we can slow down a little bit for a student. So I think that's a big advantage because that's not available anywhere else in our area.
Okay, and how do you feel that your students benefit from your tutoring services in the Chesterfield, Virginia area?
Well, again, we don't have a huge number of tutoring centers in our area, so just providing that service in general. These schools and the teachers kind of are overwhelmed with all of the requirements, and so we do help fill that need to help the parents. And I often hear parents say, I just can't help them. I can't do it the way they're doing it in the school. And so we're able to be up to date and help. Our tutors are certified teachers, so they're able to help out when the parents aren't able to do it.
How do you select your Omega Learning Center tutors?
Well, they're all certified teachers, so we do often talk to our partner schools. Sometimes I'm a teacher myself, so sometimes it's someone I knew or worked with, so that's helpful as well.
And how do your teachers communicate the progress their students are making to the parents you serve?
Well, we have a great system so that the tutors are able to send out an email after each session that goes to the parents, and it can go to the teachers at the public schools as well.
Great. And as an Omega Learning Center franchisee, how do you feel that this franchise opportunity has impacted your own personal life and your goals and your community?
Well, I would say, personally, it's been great to be able to use my educational background and see the students in their progress. It gives me some flexibility in my schedule so that I can be with my children and, vary my schedule as I need to. We are able to help the students in the community, and we get to know a lot of people and really kind of support the community as a whole.
Have your own children benefited from your center?
They have. They have. At times they have been there to get their tutoring, and my son actually attended our private school for a few years as well.
Okay, Jessica Baccarelli, you are the Omega Learning Center field representative for most of the country. Can you tell us, when you do your field visits and you conduct your visits and meet with the franchisees, what do you feel is the biggest change they are impacting on their community?
I think the greatest change that they've made in their community is just getting the community involved. There's a common theme among their community, and that is Omega Learning. So they're getting all these different outlets. They're not only reaching out to schools and partnering with the public schools, but they're reaching out to local community centers such as the libraries, the churches, the neighborhood centers, and all of that. So they're really doing a good job of bringing everybody together for a common cause, and that's child education.
So hi Eddie, from Omega Learning Center West Kendall in Miami, Florida. One of our most successful franchisees with percentage growth from 15 to 2016. Tell us, what talents did you take from your previous career that you've used as an Omega Learning Center franchisee?
Yeah, it's a really good question, because one of the things that became obvious early on is that this business is really all about relationships. It's establishing relationships all the way around with your partners in education, with your parents, with your students. And the experience that I have professionally is working large consulting projects, where if you don't have a relationship of trust, you're not going to be able to close a sale. You're not going to be able to build a business. So it's really investing that time, finding the opportunities to be able to connect with the parents, with the students, with the teachers, driving that relationship, and then helping that student grow in whatever their particular goals are.
Hi, today we have Jeff Albright, who is president of the Omega Advisory Board and a successful franchisee in the Omega Learning Center franchise in South Forsyth, Cumming, Georgia. Jeff, tell us, what attracted you to this franchise opportunity?
Honestly, my wife and I looked at a number of franchises. I mean, more than a dozen. And I think right in the beginning, what attracted us was being able to work with kids. Having a couple of kids of our own and having had them go through tutoring sessions to help with their score and seeing the benefits of that, it really was kind of a no-brainer for us. And it is, every time I hear at the end of a semester or after a child has taken a test and he's done really well, and you see them smiling and coming in, it just reinforces our decision to go down this path.
Well, great. What do you think is the #1 competitive advantage Omega Learning Center has with the other tutoring and test prep competitors?
There is a lot out there, and you know, as I tell our parents, the beauty is you live in a very competitive, good school district, but it's also very competitive, and people are kind of crawling all over each other to be that much better. What separates us is our 3-to-1 ratio and our certified teachers and the individualization that we can provide to our students.
Okay, great. And you have a communication system as well. So how do your tutors communicate during the tutoring session?
After every session, a note goes home to the parent that talked about not only their attitude, but their effort and their success, and maybe things that they need to work on. Parents absolutely love knowing what's going on. And so do the teachers, and oftentimes the teachers are part of that academic team.
Omega Learning Center's AIM tutoring system. It's our proprietary tutoring system that's trademarked, and it stands for Apply, Integrate, and Manage. Apply, we help the students apply what they're learning to future, more advanced learning concepts. Integrate, we integrate our 5 key program objectives as needed for each individual program. We work on remediation for skill gaps, study skills, test prep, enrichment, and homework help. And then manage, we manage their growth by communication to what we call our academic team, and that's made up of parents at home and school teachers. So our tutors, who are certified teachers, communicate every single day with parents and school teachers, so everybody knows exactly how we're making progress towards our academic goals. And as a matter of fact, we have proven results. Our students increase academically from pre-test to post-test on the Woodcock-Johnson, 2 years and 2 months.
We're the only tutoring center in our area that is SACS accredited through Advanced CD. And no other center, even in the state of Georgia, can say that. And that's important for our customers to know that we're a quality company. And our schools also are SACS accredited, and they really realize the value of that. The other thing that Omega does that no one else does is they have daily communication from the tutor directly to the parent and the teacher as well, if the parent would like, so that they can know what the student is working on, what they've been able to succeed with. We don't have any other tutoring center that does that, and they really appreciate the communication that we provide. We are partners in education with all of our local schools. So we do a number of different programs with our schools. We've judged science fairs, we've provided trophies for the spelling bee, I've judged an oratorical contest, we do snow cones in the spring for their field days, we provide teacher breakfasts. We do a number of things. It's really based on what that school needs. And I think that they really appreciate our support and the community as well. The best thing I can do is get that phone call from that parent that says, my daughter made an A. We had an Algebra 1 student who came in with barely scraping by with a C, and she finished up with an A in her class, and her parent called and just said, I'm just so excited. She did so well, she really benefited. I can't wait to bring her back in the fall. You know, she is going to take the summer off, but I really feel like what we do makes an impact on our kids, and it feels so good at the end of the day to know that we really do make a difference in their lives. We get kids from competitive locations. I think it's the quality of our tutors also. We do use certified teachers, and they notice the difference as well as the communication, but they really feel like we use compassionate teachers. I always tell my parents that what I want to see or I want to hear is that your child just says, when is my Omega Day? I want them to be excited to come in here. So that's what we really strive for.
Hi, my name is Kimberly Smith, and I'm Chief Executive Officer and co-founder of Omega Learning Center Franchise System. I'd like to announce that Omega Learning Center was re-accredited through 2021, and we exceeded network averages by 30%. Omega Learning Center is the only nationally accredited tutoring and test prep franchise system in the country, and we are proudly accredited by the Advanced Ed organization. The Advanced Ed Accreditation Organization is the most respected accreditation organization in the world, and that means that Omega Learning Center is held accountable to a higher standard. You can always count on the quality at Omega Learning Center. And I'm very proud to announce that Omega Learning Center has been ranked in the Franchise 500 issue of Entrepreneur magazine. This is our first year making the list, and we're very proud of this honor.